What is the molecule of life? If we wanted to design a molecule that could act as the genetic material in living things, it would have to have two key features. Number one, the ability to store information, and number two, the ability to copy itself accurately. Until the mid-1940s, biologists assumed that such a molecule must be a protein because only proteins were thought to be complex enough to be able to carry the huge number of instructions which would be necessary to make such a complicated structure as a living organism. But during the 1940s and 1950s, evidence came to light that proved beyond doubt that the genetic molecule was not a protein at all, but DNA. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid and RNA stands for ribonucleic acid. We know DNA and RNA are macromolecules. Together they are known as nucleic acids because they were originally found in the nucleus. Proteins and polysaccharides are also macromolecules. Macromolecules are polymers that made up many similar smaller molecules that name is monomers joined together to form a long chain. The monomers from which DNA and RNA molecules are made are nucleotides. So, DNA and RNA are therefore polynucleotides. Nucleotides are made up of three smaller components that names are nitrogen containing base, pentose sugar, and phosphate group. There are 4 different nitrogen containing bases found in DNA and 4 in RNA. In DNA, the bases are adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. But in RNA, thymine is replaced by a similar base called uracil. The bases are often referred to by their first letter and it's A, G, T, C, and U. 2 of the bases, adenine and guanine, are related to the chemical purine and are referred to as purines. The other 3 bases, like thymine, cytosine, and uracil, are related to the chemical pyrimidine and are referred to as pyrimidines. Purine has 2 rings in its structure. Pyrimidine has 1 ring. And what is pentoses? The sugar with 5 carbon atoms are called pentoses. 2 pentoses are found in nucleic acid, ribose and deoxyribose. A nucleic acid containing ribose is called a ribonucleic acid, RNA, and one containing deoxyribose is called a deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA. And as the name suggests, deoxyribose is almost the same as a ribose, except that it has 1 fewer oxygen atoms in its molecule. And the last part of the structure of DNA and RNA is phosphate group. The phosphate group gives nucleic acids their acid nature.